Hello, hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome all volleyball fans from Great Britain and further afield to London. This match is being broadcast live and I'd like to get you involved, excited and ready to watch this massive game that's going to take place. This is the first match of 2018 in the Volleyball England Men's Super 8 division. The warm-up's underway, matches soon to start. The home team are IBB Polonia London Volleyball Club and the visitors are Wessex Volleyball Club. They've made the journey up the M3. So we're shortly going to see both teams on the court. Warm-up's been taking place and we can see Team Wessex, a good mixture of young domestic players and foreign players that have made their way through to the top division in British volleyball. And there's Andy Jones, coach of Wessex TeamBU Volleyball Club. Andy Jones, very experienced coach, player many years ago. Voracious player when he was on court. And here's the lineup for IBB Polonia London Volleyball Club. Very tall team, very experienced, mainly teams from overseas, some domestic players, and they bring with them a wealth of experience. My name is Chris Hickhill. I have to declare my impartiality at this point. Well, not really, actually. I've been with IBB Polonia London Volleyball Club for about 30 years, as a player, as a coach, and now I'm one of the directors of the company. And I'm joined by Will McDonald, who's an up-and-coming coach in Great Britain. So welcome, Will, to Brentford.
Thanks very much, Chris. I'm excited to be here. It's going to be a very good game.
These two teams have been adversaries for as long as I can remember. I played for Polonia Volleyball Club, as it was known in those days, maybe 30 years ago, and I always enjoyed my dust-ups against Wessex. Things haven't changed too much in terms of the appetite for play on court, but a lot has changed in terms of the volleyball that we'll be bringing you, the display and the showcase that we're putting on here for you for today. The referees for today's match are Jeff Brock and Fiona Brock. They're a married couple, and hopefully that will allow them to work effectively as a team together. They're experienced. Fiona Brock has refereed on the beach, and her greatest achievements in her eyes are refereeing players such as Phil Dowhauser and Alison on the beach, Alison Suruti. Jeff Brock, more of an indoor volleyball referee, and they're both quite excited about coming here today. So here we've got the Wessex starting 6, and the players are starting at position 1. We have Baranovs, position 2 Bat, 3 Williams, 4 Matt Hunter, position 5 Ivanov, position 6 Jones, and libero coming on court at some point, Dan Hunter, a legend of British volleyball. Dan's highest achievement, and that's going some. He played at the London 2012 Olympic Games for Great Britain. That's not bad, and here he is at Brentford Fountain Leisure Centre. Starting team for Polonia Volleyball Club. Let's see who the coaches have chosen. Number 13, Bartosz Kisielewicz, setter, legend. Number 4, Dorian Points, professional player from Poland. Rob Nicholson, number 7 from Northern Ireland. A lot of height, a lot of experienced, great blocker. Number 10, Jay Santos. A very, very dynamic player. Cape Verde Islands is his home nation. 12, Derek Giemond, American middle blocker. Very fast, big pair of hands. 16, this guy, it's a phenomenon. 2 meters 4, Michał Bartoszak, opposite. And libero, all the way from Slovakia, Marcel Sivak. Things are going to get exciting in a minute. Will, what do you think? What are you looking forward to in terms of this game? What are you expecting to see?
I'm looking forward to some big serves, big hits. Bartoszak's got a massive serve, great big topspin serve. It's going to be interesting to see how Wessex can deal with that. But obviously we know they have a fantastic libero on court, so it might not be too much of a problem for them.
Yeah, I agree. I think perhaps the serving strategy for IBB Polonia Volleyball Club will be the key to keep away from number 18, Dan Hunter, as much as possible. Great control, very calm player, but also a supreme leader on court. We've got to admire what he brings to the game. So traditionally, IBB Polonia Volleyball Club, big blocking, big hitting team, and TeamBU Wessex are a team of defenders, a little bit smaller, but to put the ball down against them has always been really difficult. Yeah, so predictably serve went way away from Dan Hunter. Nice hit down the line there. Great defense there by points. Okay, good shot. Number 8, Wessex. Jack Williams. Bit of a gap in the block there, Will. We need to do something about that, I think. If we were coaching, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I would. I would keep my opposite blocker slightly inside. Knowing Wessex a bit, they tend to hit cross court most of the time, not too much down the line from 4, sorry.
Yeah, long serve, lucky escape there. Bit of a gift. Rest assured that coach Piotr Graban and assistant coach Patrick Sellett will have done their homework on BU Wessex and will be able to predict on most occasions where the ball's going to go and what they're going to do. And the aim is obviously to, like a game of chess, to try and stem the flow and control what the other team are doing. Ace serve, Derek Giemond. Ace serve number 2 from Derek. Got to be happy with that.
You can see the frustration starting to creep in on Wessex faces.
Absolutely. Coach Andy Jones discussing whether it was in or out. In fact, he's interested in the replay. So with the jump float, normally, I think I'm right in saying, Will, that you're not expecting aces, but you're perhaps anticipating a ball in a tactically difficult position for the defenders. Yeah,
very much so. They're very difficult to read, as opposed to a topspin serve, which typically comes straight at you.
There we go, and there is the height and the power of Bartoszak. Don't know whether it's quite over the block. Certainly found a spot on court. Let's see what the replay shows us. One blocker, no chance, not against something like that. Last time these two teams met was just before Christmas at the away venue in Bournemouth, and number 9 for Wessex, Andrei Ivanov, took Polonia apart, caused huge problems. Player number 7, Harry Jones, son of the coach. He's obviously been taught well. As I was saying, Andy Jones, a great player in his day. He was a setter for a team from London called Aquila. There were some good games against Aquila. I'm sure the fervent fans in the background, when the camera pans across to them, we have an official IBB Polonia supporters club. They have full membership. They have their own company. They bring with them a lot of noise and enthusiasm. They bring their instruments, and we always say they're the 7th player on court.
Yeah, they definitely go quite a long way to create a massive atmosphere in here.
Yeah, it's a hostile place to come to, and that's the way we like it. Jay Santos. He's got a good jump serve and a good top spin. There we go, goes float, jump float. Setter elects to go middle. Does his job. Not a hard hit, but looking for position. So you can see Nicholson didn't quite pick up the line there, went a little bit too central. So that's what we call a broken play from Wessex, and they did well to get it back. And again, there we go. Bartoszak doing the business once again. In the away match, Bartoszak scored 42 points in 5 sets. Nice block. Point. Cross court. Kaboom! And with that point, IBB Polonia London Volleyball Club go into the technical timeout, 8-7 ahead. What do you think, Will? Not a bad start to the game.
Not at all. Predictably exciting. Yeah, both teams fighting very hard to stay on top. Neither particularly succeeding.
Absolutely. I think all teams look at IBB Polonia London Club as the aim for them for the season, to try and beat them. The team from London are double reigning champions. So last season, the league and the cup. The previous season, the league and the cup. And everyone obviously wants to beat us. I say us because, like I said, I am part of the club. So the pro that we're putting on view at the moment is a bespoke floor. We've got, as you can see, LED banners. We have spectators, we have music, we have live commentaries, TV. We're trying to put a show together that people want to come, pay their money to come and watch and to enjoy. And I think we're doing a good job. Rob Nicholson misfiring there a little bit from his jump float. Trying to pin that position, deep position number 5. They're just overcooking it a little bit. First referee judging that as a carry. Let's see whether the replay agrees with him or not. We'll never know. Big kill block from Guimond. I don't know whether the beard helps him or not, but I think he gets his beard over the net and he puts his hands on the ball. Nowhere to go. Well, what would you have done if you were playing against him there?
I would have done my best to avoid the beard, but like you said,
I'd have gone for the beard, hit at the beard. Great shot from Ivanov. Comes in so fast out of backcourt. He really commits to that hit down the line.
Wessex really showcasing their defensive talents there.
Massively, yeah, absolutely. Both teams trying to play a very fast game. Baronovs with a serve. Goes with a tactical. Lovely shot. That was out of backcourt, I think, first pipe attack of the match for points. Yeah, we'll see that. There we go, the middle player taking the number 10 middle player, Matt Hunter from Wessex, and giving points a nice, easy option over the top. Hits and goes out. Wessex appealing to anyone that will listen to them, but no. Disgruntled faces, I think we'll call it. Disgruntled, they didn't take it. And we'll see. Couldn't tell. Ace serve from points. That's the third ace of the match. Andy Jones, once again. Once again, Andy Jones looking annoyed. Couldn't quite catch it from that angle. Great work. There's Wessex showing some of the defense I was talking about earlier. They fight. They never give up, this team. When you think you've got them, they're just not going to let the ball hit the ground.
Yeah, teams like Wessex are incredibly frustrating to play against because it's so hard to put the ball down against them. They're so scrappy. They'll pick anything up.
Yeah. So, timeout to Andy Jones. Just a moment to gather their breath and regroup. Give some vital bits of information, perhaps about how they're blocking, perhaps about where they're defending. As I said earlier, it's a game of chess between the two coaches, and they love it. They love the mental challenge of setting up their teams to try and put together a plan that will win point by point. They don't think about the set or the matches. Every single point, what can you do? Loving the banners, by the way. Here we go. There's a nice message from the sponsors, IBB Builders Merchants. Points creating the sin. And that's pretty much a sin, wouldn't you say, Will? Wouldn't you expect your players to be serving in after a timeout?
So after a timeout, it's always important to get it just in. It doesn't have to be fantastically hard, but you're under so much mental pressure, having just had an extra 30 seconds to think about it.
Tight, everything very tight at the net there. That whole rally was played out inside the 3-metre line on both sides of the court. I'd have expected the Polonia blockers to actually... That's a poor serve. If you're gonna say I'm gonna stand on the floor and beat you, then you better beat the player and not serve it out of court. That is a crime. Guimond on this occasion just serving a bit long. I think the ball looked like it was just travelling a bit higher across the net there.
Yeah, it's hard to judge the speed of the ball to get it just perfect. You hit it slightly too hard and it will just float out. Big topspin serve going out there. Hit the ceiling.
Good pass. Yeah, just the ceiling, just the ball glancing against the ceiling there. Both coaches exchanging a couple of pleasantries there about did the ball hit the roof? Yes, it did. Ah, thank you very much for informing of that. Next technical timeout is just around the corner. If you were coaching IBB Polonia, Will, what words of wisdom would you have to say just to try and close out the last portion of this set?
I think they're losing a bit on their blocks. Perhaps the blockers aren't covering more of the court than they should be. They're going quite wide a lot of the time. There again, you see one-man block covering quite close to the aerial.
Yeah, I think you got the nail on the head there. Good observation, Will, thank you. Yeah, absolutely right, Will. The block went too far and the player hit cross court. Yeah, so second technical timeout. Bartoszak making his first mistake of the match, just hitting the ball out. Once again, chance to regroup and gather their thoughts. Love to be a fly on the wall in the IBB Polonia timeout. Here we go. I remember watching the Olympics last time and just having a microphone and listening to Hugh McCutcheon, the USA national team coach. The Olympic final, things were as massive as they could have been, and he said, okay, we're going to pass the ball, we're going to set the ball, we're going to hit the ball, let's go. Sometimes you think, looking for words of wisdom, sometimes just a bit of calmness and clarity, and that's obviously what McCutcheon was bringing at that point. There's our spectators enjoying their afternoon out in West London. They bring their drums, they bring their snacks, they bring their families, bring a lot of fun and enthusiasm. They're the envy of the whole British volleyball world. And there's the banner, volleyball supporters welcome. Come and join us, come and be a member of the official fan club. With that, you gain free entry into the venue. Everyone else has to pay. Fair's fair. Triple block, impressive. Let's have a look at that replay. Let's see Ivanov going over the top of the triple block. And it's not a small triple block either. Just catching those fingers. Jones again picking up the scraps, as we say. Not the greatest set, but doing his best to tool off the hands there, and the ball going in court. Very nice.
Santos coming off court.
Here. Yeah, Santos off. What do you think, Will? What's the reasoning behind that? Any thoughts?
I think it's a good move. They've been seemingly targeting him on their float serves quite successfully. Polonia struggling to get a decent attack out of it.
Yeah,
let's see what difference this makes.
I noticed that too, yeah.
Change their target now.
There's that man again, Ivanov. Chopping the ball cross court into a gap. This time it's IBB Polonia London Volleyball Club coach Piotr Graban taking the timeout.
As you can see on the replay, they're still blocking quite close to the aerial.
Yeah, it was. So the spectators are going to make some noise in a minute. It's going to get loud. Matt Hunter, brother of Dan. That man again, Bartoszak, down the line.
He truly is unstoppable when he's up there.
Yeah, do you think that Wessex can do a bit better with their blocking decisions against him? I mean, they've got a pretty small player here against an enormous giant.
Well, they've got some quite reasonably sized players on court. I might start thinking about making a change.
Yeah,
in the next set.
Just to put a block in to stop him.
Absolutely.
So I think Wessex Wessex conning the referee a little bit there, claiming a block out. They all went up and cheered. Standard practice. I don't think the ball touched any hands. Let's see. Might be difficult to see this. Any rate, Wessex winning the point. No, they con the referee. Great set, just a little bit different. So you'll have noticed, I think, that the ball didn't go quite far out to the antenna, came in nice and quick. Dorian Points hitting inside. Free net for him. Here we go, lovely. Between the blockers, no chance.
Peterson coming on now in place of Nicholson. He's got a great float serve. See what he can do.
So not letting any secrets out of the bag here, but he'll normally jump float to position 5. Player number 7 is going to be taking this on his fingers if it goes according to previous plans. There we go. Middle's out. Okay. There we go. Lovely job from Kiselevic. Setting the ball, pinpoint accuracy. Bartoszak goes off the block and out. Great set. Look at this from Bartoszak. Broken block from Wessex. I think, well, they lacked a bit of form in their block. There was big gaps between the forehands.
Yeah, they need to read a bit better. Fantastic pick up there from number 18, Libero.
Polonia London seem to be winning their points mainly from points and from Bartoszak. I'd like to see Kiselevic using more of the players a little bit, and just to make things a bit less predictable for Wessex. Great serve.
Off the ceiling.
So you'll see the ball going off the passer into the roof. And one of the Wessex players ending up in the bench. Just off camera, but anyway, I think it's okay. No harm done.
Polonia serving there during a Wessex substitution.
Yeah, a little bit of misunderstanding. I mean, it is very noisy in this hall. There's hundreds of people here, and it's difficult sometimes for the server to hear the referee's whistle. Just changing the flight of the ball there slightly. That man, points, wins, points. That's a bit of a joke. Come on, Will, give us a laugh.
Yeah. I was laughing, I promise.
All right.
And rolling my eyes.
Yeah. Nice. Block out. Very good.
Wessex's second timeout of the set.
Yeah, so they've just lost a little lead there. They were 3 points ahead. Let's see what Andy Jones has to say.
What do you think he'll be telling them, Chris?
Well, I think, you know, when you're playing a team that perhaps you perceive as a bit better than yourself, and maybe in their heart of hearts they are, I think you've got to risk a bit. If you play safe, conservative volleyball, you know the ball's going to come back harder than you give it to them. But I think you've got to serve a little bit riskier, you've got to set a little bit riskier, and if it doesn't work out, well, you were going to lose anyway. That's my mentality. Petersons gathers his thoughts. Going out, player took it.
Well rescued there.
And a referee getting involved again, making another decision that the replay might agree with or disagree with, calling a carry on the Kiselevic set. Let's see what happens in a moment. Yeah, you know, I think the ref got it right that time.
Jones steps up to serve now. In the net.
Number 7 in the net, Will. It was almost like you knew that was going to happen.
Well, let's not share my future predicting skills too much on the internet.
Can you give me 6 numbers to use for the National Lottery this evening, perhaps?
1, 2,
I'll
3,
ask you
4, 5,
later.
and 6.
All right, they're as good as any. Ivanov? Yes.
Seemingly
So
favouring the line in this set.
yeah, I think I mentioned earlier that IBB Polonia London seem to be using 2 players mainly to win their points. Wessex seem to be using 1 player. It's a standing serve, very easy. Too easy. There you go. That's what to do with an easy serve.
Points, third time of serving.
So controversy reigns once again. Ace serve from points. Linesman gives it in. Referee overrules it and out. Let's see. In. Ace serve. Ace serve. So there's a second point there against the referee's decisions.
Piotr Graben not pleased.
No, I wouldn't be pleased either. Great defense. Goes to Ivanov. Couldn't quite put it down. Big tip. Ivanov again. Nice block touch. There it is. Epic rally. And you go to the money maker. Michał Bartoszak puts the ball down.
You can see both teams starting to lose their nerve a bit there, hitting into the block, tipping quite around a bit.
Yeah, for sure. So, set point. Derek Guimond.
Little communication error between
Referee getting a little bit distracted there. Slightly anxious perhaps. Refereeing this level of game. Ace serve, but he doesn't like it. He's going to go again with a serve.
I think Wessex tried to make a substitution that was disallowed by the first referee but allowed by the second referee. Just communication breakdown a bit.
Yep. Ivanov, no, and it's gone out. There you go. I suppose you could say that that was justice. 2 points to the Wessex game that they shouldn't have done, and just too carried away with things there. That's life. What do you think, Will? Any kind of, how would you summarise that first set? It was epic, it was tight.
It was very tight. Both teams clearly wanting to win more than anything at this point. Polonia desperately trying to claw their way back to the top of the table. So it's more important than ever that they don't make any mistakes, really. They can't afford to give the points away.
Yeah, I think you got it there. It's kind of a given that Polonia now need to make up some of the losses that happened in the first half of the season. Obviously the format that we've got in this country is that it's not as though everything's lost. There's a couple of matches that we gave away before the Christmas break. However, it's a playoff format, and so it doesn't really matter. There's everything to be played for here, and as I always say, as long as you win the final point of the season, then you're a champion.
Yeah, you only need to win 1 point. You hit the nail on the head there.
Well, I think it's more than 1 point, but it's that last point that's critical.
Be interesting to see if either coaches make any changes. I might be tempted to stick with it. What about you, Chris?
I think so. I think towards the second half of that set, IBB Polonia London managed to get a handle on the game. I think they've still got a couple of secret weapons up their sleeves, but for the moment I would stick with it. I don't think I would change anything. I'd keep Mizarak on for Santos. I think Mizarak did a good job when he came on as pass. That's his main role in the team. And Wessex, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't change the rotation. I think they'll keep with the same players, but I think they'll change to try and look to get Ivanov against perhaps weaker blockers, even though he did a good job. But towards the end of the set, there were, I think, three attacks that he couldn't finish, and that's where you win or lose, is the end of the set, isn't it?
Both teams now ready to resume play. Just waiting for time to run down on the clock so we can get back on court.
So let's take a look. So Coach Gravan has gone with, as I suggested, the same players as in the first set. And Wessex, Coach Jones looks to have changed nothing. Points to the home team. There we go. So welcome to everyone watching us on Facebook Live. Send us some messages, send us your comments. It'd be good to stay in touch and see what you've got to say. Hi there to Ollie Kimber, calling in all the way from, I think, Dubai. Nice to see you, my friend. Also welcome to Krzysztof Ignatiuk, world champion volleyball player from Poland, played with us last season. Cześć, jak się masz? There's the height and the power that I mentioned in the warm-up. Rob Nicholson going on a B. Just a little 2-meter slide there and finding a nice hole in the block. I think sometimes teams can be a little bit guilty of being predictable and doing the same thing over and over. It's good to see a variation there.
Yeah, keep them guessing, Chris. Rotation fought on Wessex, called by the second referee. Seemingly 8 and 11.
A little bit of consternation in the Wessex team about their rotation.
Yeah, Williams and Brickman.
Second referee's job obviously is to make sure that people are still in the right place at the right time. And there's some sort of disagreement. Not entirely certain what happened.
Second referee.
First referee wants to get on with it and replay the point, as is his ability to do so. That happens when you've got players that are as big as Bartek, 2 meters 3, I think he is. You have to give away some points. Defense is never going to be his forte. He's paid the big bucks to hit hard and knock people's heads off. Wessex. Players standing looking at each other, points and Mizara. Your ball, call that the hubby wife on the beach. You can work out why. Yeah, if we get the ruler out, it's probably points' ball.
Second ace serve in a row.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a problem there. Ball coming off the net, Nicholson getting in the way slightly. Just causing problems. There we go. And confusion.
See if Matt Hunter can make it a hat-trick.
Great serving there, you've got to say. Find a weakness, go with it. Kishalevich throwing a pineapple over. Yes. Coach Graban taking the timeout. Just too many unforced mistakes there. 3 passing mistakes, hitting mistake. Good for Graban to just halt things, slow things down, get the players to take a little breather, and see if he can instill a bit of confidence in them. Ivanov looking to tighten up his shorts, make sure they don't fall down. He jumps so high, they could get caught on the top of the net. So Coach Andy Jones just showing his player where he wants him to serve. I'm going to suggest he stays on position number 5. There you go, Michał Bartoszak. Just throwing the ball and he'll put it away.
He's giving it straight back to them.
Yeah. Yeah. The momentum at the end of the set, if there is such a thing, has just vanished. And Polonia have not come out of the traps with the same intensity as a minute ago, 2 minutes ago. Big serve from Ivanov, but he also lets one fly out the back of the court. So Rob Nicholson to serve his favourite service, a jump float to position 5. Don't tell the opposition that, because they'll be preparing for it. It works, hits the ceiling. I don't think we'll get a replay of it hitting the ceiling. It was so far up. Great to see the ball boys from Polonia Football Club helping us out. Ace serve Nicholson.
Yeah, he seems to be targeting Harry Jones there. Seems to be working so far. Jones, one of the youngest players on court, aged just 20.
Yeah, he's got some stuff to learn, but I think he's got great prospect for the future. Same serve. Ivanov, confusion, 2 players hit the same ball. Great defense from Ivanov, but even better block from Guimond. Grabs hold of the ball, has a little look at it, polishes it, throws it down on the floor with 2 hands. Let's just take a look at this.
Yeah, we can see his experience in the NCAA coming through there.
It's got to go outside. Free ball. Can't exploit it.
Great pick up there.
There's the tenacity of Wessex we were talking about earlier. Team that's very difficult to put the ball down. If you don't put it down first time, it's going to come back and they're going to make life so difficult. Exactly what I was talking about. I think 3 or 4 swings at the ball there. I think Mizara guilty of not being ready in defence there. Good football skills, sadly not enough. So this first set has swung both ways. First of all, Wessex had a 3-point lead, then Polonia have regained their status in the set, and things are obviously level now. Okay, Wessex are 1 point ahead going into the technical timeout. It's this interesting idea, Will, about momentum in volleyball. You know, people often talk about momentum. I personally don't think there's such a thing. What are your thoughts on momentum?
See, I disagree. I think it's a mental state where you might call it something else, but I believe momentum is almost a choice. If you let each point get on top of you, you're going to lose this momentum, this idea of keeping the energy on your side of court. It's got to be a team activity as well, not something one person can control.
Yeah, there we go. Two different opinions about the same idea. Neither of us are experts, but we've both got opinions, and that's how it's going to be.
It's almost the same thing. Big hit there from Points.
Points hitting the ball, running through, joining the Wessex team for a minute. The grass is not greener on the other side, my friend. Forming a very nice block. Bricklemeyer and Baronoffs, but just leaving too much line there. Good to see some support for Wessex on the Facebook live feed. So, Stavros NG. Let's go Wessex, let's go. Yeah, let's go Wessex. Why not? Big swing. Too much for Shivak to deal with. Just couldn't control the power there. Let's see. Is he still moving or is he still? He's still moving, I'll say, and that's why he made that mistake. He needs to work a little faster to get into base position.
Baronoffs opting for a topspin serve there, changing from.
Oh my word.
Set.
I think Points has actually killed somebody. No. He's up, he's good. Baronoffs is up and smiling. I think I got him on the head though. Yeah, that's going to hurt. Oh, wow. That's often slightly embarrassing. Setter deciding to go over on two, but catching the net as well. Hero turned into villain. There you go.
Another serve in the net. Seems to be 1 in, 1 out at this point in the game. Both teams clearly under pressure from each other.
Ross Bricklemeyer, bit of an easy serve going 2 meters out the back of the court and just wasting the opportunity. When you've got a team, you've really got to crush them. Block from Nicholson. Zerak goes over the block, catching the fingertips. Great point. Nice work, Zerak. Let's see it.
Fantastic set on that.
Yeah. Matt Hunter being allowed to get away with that, I'd say there, but fair enough. Get up, find the space on court. Just touch it into that position. It's always about power.
Wessex seems to be catching on to Bartoszek's lack of mobility there.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier. Free ball Polonia. See what can be made of it. That's Bartoszek.
Way over the block there.
Over. Big acute angle, full 5 meters. Let's see this. Defender was out of position, but you've got to be in exactly the right position to get that. There you go. That's the setter 11. Brickelmeyer being just out of position. Great block from Kiselewicz and Nicholson. So we're going to see a substitution from IBB Polonia London. This is player number 20, Mateusz Gwieriak, who's just been playing professionally in Denmark and has just transferred to London. Let's see. He's got an astounding left hand, but no doubt commentators' curse will occur and he'll probably hit the first one out. But let's see if he can prove me wrong. This is the timeout for Wessex. Obviously it's a tactical decision. They see that they want to do something to upset the rhythm of the IBB Polonia London server. So calling a timeout, as we all know, often disrupts their mental state just for 30 seconds. And yes, it's Bartoszek, they spotted that. So good work there, Andy Jones. Good coaching strategy. He's looking now for Bartoszek to just serve more of a top spin roll shot rather than his normal full power. So if Wessex win this point, the coach will be happy with himself, and rightly so. Great retrieval there from them way out the back of the court. Yeah, net touch spotted by the referee. I thought so. I thought so.
Both teams absolutely refusing to let the ball hit the floor.
Having his first couple of swings in the ball. Didn't find the court, but I think just warming that shoulder up and getting things moving a bit. I think we'll see a strong showing from Gwieriak in a little while. So, Will, I'm going to put you in the position of being the Wessex coach now. You're 4 points down, 5 points down, a set down. What are you saying?
They need to be smart about the decisions they're making on offense. Maybe 3 balls were hit straight into Polonia's block there. They need to start placing the ball around more, running some more high-risk attacks, some combinations perhaps to try and fool the Polonia blockers and open up some gaps to hit the ball.
Yeah, you could be right. You could be right. It's difficult to know. I mean, if you're facing a strong team, like I said earlier, yeah, why not risk something? If you don't risk it, you'll never know. Just a couple of hellos there to people. People calling for Ollie Bat on court. Wow. When do we want him? We want to see him now, apparently, Jonathan Mason says. Great stuff. Well, maybe he will come on. Maybe that's what Andy Jones has got in mind, the coach for Wessex. They certainly do need to change something. Substitutions are being made. It's not Ollie Bat. This is Luka Rangnasto coming on court for Valdis Baranovs. Once again, all the noise, all the spectators is causing obviously distractions for the Wessex server. Great tip from Mizerak. Just caught slightly off balance when he went to hit and went for the tip. But there's experience for you. Mizerak played professionally in Slovakia for several years before joining Polonia 6 years ago. Great experience. And there's the other part of the Polonia substitution that I missed when I was looking at Wessex. Kiselewicz has been replaced by the Russian setter Kramtsov. So Polonia have changed their opposite and they changed their setter in a tactical move.
Interesting call there. Piotr Graban disagreeing with the referee on that occasion.
Not for the first time in his life, I'm sure.
No, I'm sure as well.
He's a feisty character, Graban. Wears his heart on his sleeve, as we say. You don't want to pick a fight with him on a dark night. And points getting involved back in the game again. Great to see. Line shot, nothing that Wessex could do about that. I think I'm going to accuse the Wessex block of just giving too much space to points. You've either got to block cross, you've either got to block line. I don't think it worked on that occasion. I think they left too much space.
It's hard when you're one-on-one against such a big hitter. You've always got to cover as much court as you can, but you're almost fighting a losing battle. They've got so much space around you.
Yeah, maybe the strategy could be to put two defenders there. Give them that space, but they have two defenders, and you do have to gamble a bit. So Nicholson, as we saw earlier, is he going to go jump float to position 5? Yes. Ivanov on this occasion goes in the net. I think Wessex are going to find this a struggle now. Ivanov is their main hitter, and all the Oli Bat fans are going to be jumping for joy because I see him taking off his shirt, sitting on the bench, and I think he's going to be joining the team on court any moment now.
Nice block out for Wessex there. Get straight into the area off the middle blocker's hands.
Yeah, Andy Jones looking to make 2 substitutions now. He's going to be bringing Michael Wagner in and Oli Bat. Don't tell the Polonia team that, but I think they can see what's about to come. That is as good as it gets.
Fantastic combination there. Running the middle first to try and draw the blocker, and then suddenly exploding up with the outside hitter into the space.
Look at that, and that is all Kramatsov's doing. Beautiful little play there. Nice smile from him too. He's a very composed player. He doesn't get agitated. Good to see him smiling, obviously enjoying that moment there.
Jivirak serving his first ball long.
Yeah, he won't want to remember that one. That was a total mishit. Do you think that was a pre-planned substitution to take him off, or as a result of that error?
I think it seems to be pre-planned. They've now swapped Bartoszek back on, so they want to keep their golden duo together. Fantastic set there.
Points today is playing out of his skin. He's a player who really enjoys hitting those crossover balls. Obviously pre-arranged with Kishelevich on the training courts. Look at that, in between the block. And that is Kishelevich's point. It's sad to see Wessex, the wheels are falling off a little bit there. They seem to have lost spirit. Once again, Will, let me put you on the spot. You've got 3 points to the end of the set. What are you going to do? You've got to focus on the next set, or save this one?
It's always worth saving the set, I think, especially against a team like Polonia. If you give them any room, they're going to run with it.
Yeah, and there's a point. There's a point. So, the legend, the Wessex legend. Oli Bat is on. Get jumping for joy over there. Sally Way.
I think it's a wise choice bringing him on now. See if he can make a difference to the game.
So Oli's a setter. He's coming on to serve.
Some good plays there as a result of the substitution, but not quite good enough.
Set point. What's
Perhaps
happened
not.
here? Second ref has noticed something. First ref has gone for a point replay. I really don't know what happened there, but anyway, doesn't matter. Replaying the point, so it's going to go down to 23-16 to Polonia. There we go.
Ollie
So it's not quite set point.
chance.
Yeah, Ollie Bat again. Here we go.
Apparently he's not just Wessex legend, life legend, according to Phil Smith on Facebook. I think there might be a fire alarm going off in the building, which is why a player's been halted for a second. Perhaps that's the result of the let played just then by the referee.
That's obviously what the point replay was. Not entirely certain what's going to happen here. It's definitely a fire alarm ringing. The players want to play, the spectators want to spectate, and I guess it's not going to be our decision as to what happens. This is going to be down to the health and safety officer at Brentford Fountain Leisure Centre.
Well, seems the fire has just been put out as the alarm has stopped.
Yeah, an unusual situation, but we. Oh, hi, Phil Smith, another legend, and Rich Cannon. All manner of people getting in touch. It's good to see. Phil Smith, and now a legend for IBB Polonia London, a giant of the game, unable to be available for this match, but we expect him back in training hopefully this week. Okay, I'm hearing that the fire has been put out, and we're back in.
Second referee giving a thumbs up.
So there's going to be some sort of cancelled fire alarm protocol, which I don't know what it is, but I'm sure Volleyball England have something in their book about what do you do when a fire alarm rings and it isn't actually a fire.
I imagine the game would have to be replayed at a later date.
Good afternoon to Pavel Suteniec, who's enjoying the spectacle. Polonia with a 7-point lead, but maybe this is exactly what Wessex were looking for. It's not exactly a timeout, but it's an extended delay that causes distraction and lack of focus, and this can only play into Wessex's hands.
Sallyway reckons that Ollie Bat was perhaps the fire that needed to be put out.
Well, let's see. Pressure's on Ollie Bat now to deliver a good, effective serve.
It's been a long gap between his serve and his second serve. He's now confused why he's lost the ball. Second referee just having a word in the ear of Wessex coach Andy Jones.
Yeah, so everyone's just gathering their thoughts again. Ollie Bat to serve. I'm going to predict either a mistake on serve or an easy serve. I might be wrong, but that's all going to be distracting Ollie Bat and causing him confusion. Second referee discussing with the scorer. Maciek Benke with 40-odd years of scoring experience, exactly what's going on. The most experienced scorer in the UK, scored at the Paralympics at the closing stages, was involved in the statistical team there too. If anyone knows what's going on, Maciek Benke knows what's going on. Good afternoon to Robert Rappi, watching us from Ireland, another ex-Polonia player. Good afternoon, my friend, lovely to hear from you.
Oh, fantastic serve there, just rolling over the net from Ollie Bat. Polonia refusing to let the ball die.
Good afternoon to Jake Sheaf, beach volleyball player extraordinaire. Great to see you watching. Hope you're enjoying it. Jake played indoor volleyball for many years and now enjoying sunny times on the sand.
See some frustration creeping into Polonia's gameplay.
Gabi Kontopoulos also watching us live on the Facebook feed. Nice to see you, Gabi. Player for side out Polonia London ladies team. Stalwart of the team and generally good person. So there's the confusion I talked about, that fire alarm causing problems. Wessex getting a couple of points there, and I think we now need to just gather focus. Both teams need to just calm down a little bit. There's Mrs. Smith watching from the stands. Phil's mother. I hope Phil noticed her.
Ball called out by the referee. Looked pretty close to me.
Yeah, people look like they've gone to sleep a little bit here. He's just hitting the ball there long. Looks like he wasn't really focused. Oh,
I'd say that's on the line.
Okay, if you say it's out, I'll go with your call. You know what you're talking about. Bartoszak, he knows what he's talking about too. Don't argue with Bartoszak. Another point for him.
Gabriele Ippoliti, sorry, from Milan. Hello.
Ah, buongiorno. I think that's Italian. Let's say it is. Mistake from Derek Guimond. So this is getting too close now for Coach Graban. Just looking to play the ball over the top of the net, but mistake. Death or glory. Jack Williams, another young player. Good young prospect. Great serve, ace serve. There you go, you got to be happy with that, Jack.
Not much you can do about a serve like that.
Absolutely. That's what I was talking about earlier. You've got to risk it, you've got to take chances. I think if you give an easy serve to Polonia, it's going to come back and you're not going to score the point, but you've just got to risk things. Good work, Jack, risking it.
Yeah, youngest player on court.
And again, great serve. Bartoszak, mistake. I wonder what the chances are one of the Wessex players tripped the fire alarm. Do you think they did that?
Perhaps. Or maybe our friend from earlier, Sallyway, was right that it was Ollie Butt.
And Jack Williams. Sadly for him, going for it, just overcooking it and going out the side of the court. No worries. So IBB Polonia London, 2 sets to the good. Come on, Will, put your reputation on the line. Is this going to be 3-0 or are Wessex going to grab a set? Do you see it in them?
Oh, well, depends on how Polonia play in this next set, obviously.
Clearly.
I think if they played like they played for most of that set, it'll be 3-0. It's just whether they can stamp out those extra few errors that they're creeping in.
Yeah.
Arguably the fire alarm didn't help. Allowed them to become distracted from their game and lose focus. Let's see what Piotr Groman has to say to change that.
Yeah, let's just take a moment to just look at those scrolling banners advertising the shares that are available for IBB Polonia London. First ever team in the UK to be selling shares. All the information's on the website, which is being displayed right now, Polonia, www.polonia.bc. If you want to buy shares and get involved in something that you're seeing, that's the place to do it. I'm looking at people maybe online like Gabriella, who's very excited to see volleyball in the UK. Yeah, we do play volleyball in the UK, and we don't play it too badly. So, I know that Italians play volleyball a little bit too. Why not come over and join us? This is where it's all happening. This is an untapped market. There it says invest in IBB Polonia shares. How about it? And we've got some home team fans online as well. Marcin from Watford, hashtag Go Polonia. Radosław Wada, the Boyle Polonia, which is a very polite way of let's fight Polonia, let's go. Good to see support from both teams. So recently this season, Volleyball 2.0 was launched in the UK by IBB Polonia London, and this is an aim to try and increase the popularity of the sport in the UK. We want to try and tighten the relationship between Polish and English volleyball. We want to learn from Poland what they do. They're the world champions. They do things better than anyone else. As a result, we put on events like this at home venues. This is all shown live, as you can tell. We've got professional broadcast team being broadcast by satellite live as we speak. You should see the trucks outside in the car park. It's like nothing has ever been seen like this before in British volleyball. We also want to promote the history of those two nations, Poland and England, and if you look closely at the Polonia volleyball shirts, you'll see that there's a commemoration. So this year we're looking at the 100 years of independence of Poland, which is being commemorated and celebrated in 2018. Ivanov being put down in his boots by Mizerak. So Andy Jones has gone back to his first setter, Ross Brickelmeyer. Graban sticking with the same rotation, sticking with the same lineup. If it works, why change it? A bit of a mix-up there. Okay, shame. Two of the ball kids from Polonia Football Club just losing control of the ball and the referee having to stop that point and replay it. Never mind, it happens, but great to see Polonia Football Club helping us. We're all part of the same big family. We're trying to promote sport in the UK. And there you can hear the official fan club, Polonia Volleyball Club, staying involved the whole way through the match. They follow us to Poland, they follow us around Europe. This season we played in one of the European tournaments and we had supporters there. Last season we had in the CEV Challenge Cup, we had supporters there. We played our home match at PGE Skrawę Chatów in Poland. That was something to behold. If you weren't there, never mind. Just mistakes starting to a little bit from both teams, just serving into the net. Brickelmeyer and Ivanov discussing something. Will, I'm going to bet you 50p Ivanov gets the next set.
You reckon? It's a deal.
All right.
Gambling on air.
So soft tactical ball, but causing problems. Not causing problems for Mizerak. Uncharacteristic mistake from Mizerak, just putting that jump float about 30 centimetres out the back of the court. Ivanov, what's he going to give? He's going to lash it. There you go.
Polonia just unable to control that giant serve. Landing into the aerial. captain, just putting the ball into the net.
Rob Nicholson from Northern Ireland, plays for the national team. Great serve. Free ball from Matt Hunter. There we go, outside, points. The speed that Kishalevich is running the offense, it's so difficult for the blockers to be able to do anything about it. And the idea is working very well. Give the hitters one blocker to deal with, and then it's relatively simple. And that, I think, is where IBB Polonia London have improved this season. The speed of the set. If you look how quickly the ball goes, it goes about twice the height of the antenna max, generally speaking. It's running very, very fast parallel with the net.
It's really forcing Andy Jones to hedge his bets with his defence. Try and guess what's going to happen next.
So he's making signals to his bench. He's talking to one of his players. Maybe some changes coming on. Terrible set there from Brickelmeyer. Just throwing it to nowhere. First technical timeout of the set, 8-7 to Polonia London. Things are close. I'd say the quality of the game has dropped significantly since the last set. Both teams just making mistakes really, and just it's all become a little bit scrappy. And I think that the second set was good. I know I'm biased. I know that the home team took the set, but I think the quality of the game was good. Be good to see it improve again. Martin Stroud there in the corner. Martin played with me for Polonia many years ago, and good to see him back. This is what it's like at our home matches. You just look at the faces in the crowd and you just spot people that you know that you played against. It's like a big family. Talking of which, there's my wife Jackie carrying a balloon, and there's the president's wife carrying a baby. It's her baby. Drummers drive the opposition to insanity. It's a relentless noise. If you're with us, it's great. If you're against us, it's hideous. Great block. Gimond and Bartoszak putting up a wall. Four hands right next to each other. See if the replay shows this. Good to see it end on. In balance, taking away the net. Nice. Nice finish from Gimond.
That's his fourth or fifth kill block this game.
Yeah, he's done well. Great set, great set, great set. There you go. Great set from Ivanov, coming out of nowhere there. And I think it was Hunter that put the ball away. Yeah. Look at this, he's way off court, almost over the LED banners. Great shot. Shivak being caught out of position, off balance. Couldn't do anything about that. Serving the stake, Luca Ranosto. Don't do that. It's a relatively easy service, no pressure on it. Don't serve it out of court.
Hunter trying to rescue the ball, but not quite managing it there.
I think it was just a bit of an imprecise set. It wasn't middle, it wasn't outside. I don't know, it just looks like he distracted when he was about to play the ball, and as a result, it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I think they were trying for
Andy Jones,
on a
known to his friends as Mushy for many years. He's got to raise the feeling amongst the Wessex team. If you look at their faces, they're looking a bit dejected, but he's a passionate man. And if I know him, and I've known him for many, many years, he'll instill a bit of confidence into them. He'll look for chinks in the IBB Polonia London armour. He'll look to exploit areas where they can do better. Dorian points, gathering his thoughts. Up he goes. Okay. Should have just taken a little bit off it. That's kind of what you normally say to your players as a coach after a timeout or a break in the game and you're serving. Just take a little bit off the first serve. Amazing.
Great touch there by
That was not the best set in the world from Kiselewicz, but Bartoszak dealt with it, and we'll see from this angle, dealt with it really well. Yeah, Brickelmeyer also being caught off balance a bit, guilty of moving when the ball was being played. Oh dear.
All set just wide again.
Yep.
And Ollie Bat fans rejoice.
Okay, get ready to jump, Ollie Bat fans. Richard Cannon, you wished for it. Ollie Bat is on. Richard Cannon, have you got some sort of live feed to Andy Jones's ear, telling him what to do?
Maybe he's checking the Facebook video as well.
Christian Perry watching. Hello, Christian. Nice to see you. Christian's been involved in volleyball in London for many years. Lovely guy, another passionate player. You never want to play against him, you always want him on your team.
Jones coming on for Williams there. Ace serve.
Ace serve, yeah, ace serve. It looks like the Polonia receivers made a decision to leave that, and now they're looking at it sheepish. Can't quite see, just behind the player. Gone to Ivanov, who obviously made a decision to just set the ball over, but put it right in the corner. Left the Polonia players looking at each other, once again looking embarrassed. Not quite sure what to do. Over Shivak's head. Now at the moment, the momentum, whatever that is, Will, is with Wessex, and Polonia seem to be looking a little bit just clutching at straws here.
They really need to come together in this moment. Gilia coming back on now. Perhaps he can inspire some more confidence into the players.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be making the double substitution, setter and opposite. At the moment, Polonia are playing without a setter, so it'll be down to the middle player to do that. Never mind, that didn't happen. So we'll see the opposite. Bartoszak being replaced by Kramatsov, who will be our backcourt setter, and Giviera will be playing opposite. Valdis Balanov's jump serve. With control more than power, we'll say. Yeah, there's that man once again, Ivanov. Without a shadow of a doubt, Wessex's most valuable player, scoring handfuls of points. Good to see David Konieczny watching from Poland. David played for us 4 seasons ago, something like that. Came to London to play. Yeah, I think it was 4 seasons ago, and great to see him. So, cześć, jak się masz, David? Slight overpass, but the setter did well to deal with that. And Ivanov once again causing a net touch from Polonia players.
Both teams now fighting to win.
Yeah.
Fighting to win this technical timeout.
Yeah, like I said, this game just gone a little bit scrappy from both teams now.
Polonia reckon that ball hit the floor.
It might well have done.
I'm inclined to agree. And there's a
That
second
one did. Let's see whether the replay shows whether the ball hit the floor or not. This is it. Oh,
I reckon so.
do you think it hit the floor?
Floor and foot, I
Let's
think.
give him the benefit of the doubt. It's a good defense off his foot.
I always say the best revenge is hitting harder.
Yes. Okay, Ivanov doing everything on that team. You've got to love what he brings to the court. He's a strong player, not the biggest. 1m90, which for British volleyball is okay. It's a reasonable height, but he's not a giant, and he just wins point after point. 16-15 to IBB Polonia London, just with a slender advantage. Wessex are obviously going to look to try and overturn things here.
I don't think there's been a single technical timeout in this game that hasn't been more than a point apart.
Yeah, you could be right. Good observation.
Really goes to show how much of a fight both teams are putting up for this game.
And that looks like an ankle injury to me. I think both players just came together under the net there.
To disappoint the fans, I believe it is Ollie Batt that has gone down.
I think both players on the line, yeah. And that's Ollie Batt probably out of the game.
Points coming under the net, just to check he's all right.
So another break in the game, unfortunately. And that's an ankle injury to Ollie Batt.
Point is being replayed.
So the referee's going to go with a replay, but obviously our concerns are with the player more than the actual point. He's hopping off. He's a brave lad. Just but a flesh wound.
He's being assisted by his fellow teammates with an ice pack.
It looked like it was a 50-50. Both players under the net there. I don't think anyone to be blamed.
Perhaps the incident's rattled Wessex a bit now. Great rescue there from Robert
That was
Nicholson.
a great rescue. I think Nicholson there was under the net. Not quite sure. That was a great point. Nicholson making an enormous pick-up for a big man. Well over 2 meters himself. Yeah, Nicholson actually completely on the outside of the net. And I don't think anyone saw that except me, perhaps. Anyway, luckily no one was injured on that occasion. Josh Ocholo watching. He's been around for volleyball for a few years too.
Andy Jones using his second time out there.
Okay, Nicholson refocused, following his enormous pickup under the net. And it's an ace from Nicholson. He's played well today. He's made some blocks, great serving, and of course that pickup that he'll brag about for years to come.
All on live TV.
Absolutely, yeah. Buy him a drink sometime. He'll tell you all about the pickup he made on the other side of the net. Ivanov gets put down by Derek. Massive block. One-on-one, you've really got to be putting your money on the hitter there. Just went power and didn't look. Just closed his eyes and went hard. He had the whole line there open. Unfortunately, the setter's not playing his best game at the moment, Bricklemeyer, but Wessex have obviously lost their other setter in that injury. Score 21-15. And that's just gone long.
Polonia now close to taking this game and saving my reputation for 3-0, but Wessex aren't out of it yet.
No, indeed. And last time we had this conversation, Jack Williams came up with two enormous serves from the other end of the court to bring the team back into it. So let's see what he can do. Come on, Jack. Let's see some good serving. Great serve. And he's given it in. There's his ace.
17 years old, this guy.
That's extraordinary. You've got to be joking. It's a big lad. It's close to 2 meters tall. He's got a good arm on him. Great prospect for the future British volleyball. That's a nice combination.
Free ball from Wessex. See what Polonia can do with this.
Derek the wall. Ah, nice block out, nice block out. Matt Hunter. Hello to Mark Perkins, a volleyball legend in England and further afield. A fantastic volleyball commentator. Great to see him watching, getting involved in the game. I doff my cap to you, sir. I am a mere novice.
Polonia switch the setter and opposite back to the starting two. Bartoszek and Kislevich.
Do you reckon Jack Williams can bring them back into it? They're 3 points down. No. Sad for him, but again, exactly the same pattern as in the last set. Two aces or two great serves and then an error. But that's good stats. I'd take that as the coach. Hi, Mateusz Wiśniewski, watching on Polsat Sport, our partners. Thank you very much for contacting us.
Another ace serve for Polonia there.
Yeah, interesting. Kislevich just taking the heat off it, causing problems. A bit like rabbits in the headlights, just staring, watching it. It's gone for it again. Dan Hunter, with his Olympic experience, picks it up. Great great hit from his brother Matt Hunter. I was privileged to be working at Earl's Court during the London Olympics, and I watched Dan Hunter with amazement. Fantastic player. It's great that he's still playing and continuing the legacy, keeping volleyball alive in this country. Lovely guy, great player.
Block out for Bartoszek.
Yeah, I think if I've got one criticism of Bartoszek, and I am a fan of his, I'd say he needs to be blocking better. He needs to be scoring more points on block. He jumps, he's got a huge presence at the net, but just doesn't win enough points blocking for me. It's the one element of the game that I'd ask him to improve.
Ivanov keeping Wessex in the game there. It must be under massive pressure though. One mistake and it's all over.
Yeah, for sure. Played very, very well, Ivanov. Very well. Fusion. Hit out by Ivanov. That's it. Great work, Wessex. Great work, great play. But 3-0, IBB Polonia London Volleyball Club. Got to be pleased with that. Will, how would you sum it up? What do you think?
I think it was a fantastic game. Two English volleyball giants battling it out to try and get their way back to the top of the table. Polonia really needed that win today.
Absolutely. Game's come to an end. Players are exchanging pleasantries. thanks for being with us, thanks for watching. Please come and watch our next match. It'll be advertised on the website. Keep an eye on Facebook. Come in person. This is a lovely tradition that we have. The players go and they thank the ball kids, they thank the fans. Everyone wants to be part of this team, from the youngest to the oldest. Look at that number 7 there and his rosy cheeks.
These children really do show the sheer size of some of these players.
Yeah, it's good to see. Bartoszek, my MVP for Polonia, thanking the fans. Coach happy, smiling. Is he smiling? He's got a lovely smile. There's Gregi, ex-Polonia Volleyball Club player. He also works with the football club. He's thanking his kids. They love him. Just a few finishing highlights there. Ivanov blocked. What was that? And points. Yes. Great shot, points cross court. Did very, very well there. Played very well today. It's taken points a little while to get into his stride in this team, but I have to say, last couple of games I've seen him play, he's really, really done the business. There's a mistake from Ivanov.